Hello everybody, I am Saket from eGovernment's Foundation. In this session we will be talking about Property Tax Information System application, which is also called as PTIS. Property tax is the biggest revenue source in urban local bodies. As you can see in this slide, the main features of the application are new property assessment, transfer of ownership, property mutation, property notice, collection, different types of reports, different modules integration with PTIS application. We are going into each one of them in detail. Besides this, we will also look at the GIS capabilities of the property tax system. The system can be configured to automatically calculate the tax based on the rules defined in the system for any type of property tax calculation method like annual rental value, capital value or unit area system. And also the workflow and levels can be configured in the system based on the needs of the municipality. Let's take a look at the property creation first. As the assessor of the particular zone, I find a new property that needs to be assessed. I log into the system as property creator. Click on create new property. Here, assessor can create properties only related to his zone. He cannot create properties for other zones which he is not concerned. Here in the reason for creation drop down list, new property and bifurcation, these two options are there. New property is to create new property and bifurcation means dividing the property into two or more properties. Then after dividing, the other divided properties become new property. So this option also added here. If I select bifurcation, here index number of parent property field will be enabled. If I select new property, it will be disabled. In the parent property, we should enter the index number of the property which bifurcated. I am selecting zone, ward. Here only for respective zones the wards are displayed. I am entering part number, owner name, mobile number, email address, area, plot number. Here plot number should be unique. System won't accept if it is not unique. Pin code, Kashra number, these all related to address details, city survey number, sheet number, parcel ID. Here the parcel ID is used to map the property in the GIS location. It is also called as GIS ID. If I select exempted from tax checkbox, then I should select reason for tax exemption drop down list. The tax exemption drop down is a master which can be configured in the system like Andalaya, beggar's home, church, etc. If correspondent address is different from property address, then I will click on this checkbox. Then the additional address fields will be displayed. There are different types of properties like open plot, residential, non-residential, state government, central government, mixed. The fields in the form change based on the property type selection. First, suppose if I select open plot, the fields will be different. If I select residential, the fields will be different. The fields in the open plot are property category, date of assessment, area of the plot, location factor, general water rate, means municipality water available or not, usage of the property, occupancy, name of open plot ALV, name of the occupier, authorized property or not, notice to be generated. If I select non-residential, then the subcategory for the non-residential will be airport, building, advertisement hoarding, bank, cinema hall, electric substation, malls, stock exchange, etc. We can customize this master in the system. Now I am selecting property type as residential, selecting property category, area of the plot, location factor, all these entered. Here system has the facility to upload multiple documents for the property creation. Example, we might want to upload the approver building plan, the ownership document, etc. We can upload multiple documents. I am entering floor details, unit number, floor number, ground floor, type, name of the occupier, accessible area, usage, occupancy, general water rate, date of assessment, structural factor means structure of the building, age factor, rent. Here if I select occupancy as tenanted, then only this rent field will be enabled, otherwise it will be disabled. I'm entering ALV details. I'm entering first floor details, unit number, floor number, first floor, type of parking, covered parking, name of the occupier, accessible area, usage of the property, occupancy, general water, date of assessment, structural factor, age factor. Here I have selected tenanted, so rent field was enabled. I am entering ALV. Now I am entering first floor, second floor details. Type of parking, name of the occupier, accessible area, usage, occupancy, tenanted, general water, date of assessment. All these details of the second floor I am entering. Rent, ALV. These all fields will be captured for proper type as residential. Based on the location factor, general water, occupancy, age factor, parking type, also the tax variates. The application can be forwarded to the senior officer for approval before sending the assessment notice to the property owner. As I said, the approver workflows and levels can be configured in the system based on the needs of the municipality. I am forwarding it to my senior for validating and approving the property. I do this by selecting the approver department, approver designation, approver name, and I click on forward. Here I need to click on this checkbox. I am clicking on forward. After the final approval, the system calculates property tax automatically. Here reason for the, I need to select reason for the tax exemption. There is no tax exemption. I'm clicking on forward. System also calculates the arrears, if any, for that particular property. All files sent or forwarded in the system come into the inbox of concerned person in a centralized place where closely mimics the working of the government department. The officials do not have to search multiple reports for action pending on them, thus improving his productivity. Now I am logging in as property tax approver. Here in the inbox I can see the application of the property which created by the property tax creator. Based on the field inspection of the property, and if the details are found correct, then I will approve the application, else I will reject the application, entering the reasons in the comments field, and file will go back to the creator for correcting the details. I find that the property details of the property are correct and decide to approve. Now I have approved the application, then it will be forwarded to the property tax application creator to generate notice of the property. At this point in time, a unique property number is created for the property. Here in the index number is called unique property ID. Here 002001141 is called unique property ID. Now I am clicking on generate cal sheet. Generate cal sheet is to show ALV details in detail. Here all the ALV details will be shown in detail. Now I am logging in as creator to generate notice of the property. Here I am opening inbox item, clicking on generate notice. Using this option I can give printout of the notice. I am clicking on cancel. This is the notice of the property. Here the notice is Unicode enabled. As you can see, some of the text here is in Marathi. These are all the details of the property. Let me show view DCB screen now. I am searching for property, entering unique ID 002001141. I have entered unique property ID. In the action drop down list I am selecting view property. Here I am selecting view DCB. Here view DCB means demand, collection and balance. Here we can see the view DCB screen. From how many installments the property owner has to pay property tax. These are all the tax details for each installment. Demand details, any check bounce penalty, late penalty, collection, rebate, balance. Total he has to pay 15,949. The system provides the facility to the citizen to pay the demand through the following means: online through a credit card, the citizen service centers, the bill collector who comes to the citizen residence for collection of taxes. We will take the scenario of citizen approaching the citizen service center for payment of property tax. Now I am logging in as property tax collector. Now I need to search property. Selecting property tax, existing property, search property. I am entering unique code of the property. I am selecting view property. I validate with the citizen if the details are shown correct, and I click on pay bill. Here I can see the installments, how many the property owner has to pay, and the penalty amount for each installment. I am clicking on confirm penalty. The collection mode will be check, DD and cash. We can collect partial amount if the property owner is not ready to pay the full amount. I am entering check details. Check date, bank name. Here the bank name is automatic drop down list. Entering branch name, amount. Since the property owner has to pay 22,008 rupees, I am entering 10,000. Partial amount I am entering. I am clicking on create. Then the system will create the receipt for the amount which property owner has paid. Using this option I can take printout of the receipt. This is the receipt for the amount paid by the property owner, which is handed over to the citizen. Property owner has paid 10,000. Here system automatically calculated into each different taxes, like sewerage tax 1600 rupees, water tax, general tax, light tax. System automatically calculated the 10,000 into different taxes, miscellaneous. Now I will show the property tax owner online payment screen through net banking or credit card. I am entering unique ID of the example property. Clicking on search. In the action drop down list, selecting view property. I am validating the details. Clicking on pay tax. Here system shows the 2008-2009 financial year penalty fines 3,548. and general tax of 2008-2009, severage tax, all taxes shown here. Each financial year details displayed here. I am selecting payment through. I am entering amount. Since I have to pay 40,000, I am entering partial amount 10,000. I am clicking on this checkbox. Do you agree terms and conditions? Clicking on pay online. Here, this is the builder's payment gateway. I can select credit card, internet banking, debit card, wallet or cash card. Using this, I can pay the property tax. I'm selecting credit card, MasterCard. Here I need to enter credit card details and click on make payment. Debit card. Here also I should select the. Here I need to enter the debit card details. Internet banking. Here I need to select the bank. Click on make payment. Here bank user ID password details are shown. By using this I can pay the property tax. This is the online payment gateway which user can pay the property tax directly through website, through online. Here this is the view DCB screen after the payment details. System automatically calculated the partial payment details for the arrears which property owner has to pay. For previous installments, system captured those details. If I click on this link, system shows the receipt which given to the user. The receipt which handed over to the user. This receipt can be shown displayed here. We can see the receipt for 10,000 here. Let us now look at some other actions I can do on the property. I am searching for the property. I am entering unique ID. In the action drop down list, I am selecting view property. Here I can see the details of the property. From this view property, I can select any of the option like deactivate property, change property address, mutation, modification, amalgamation, bifurcation, objection, recovery. All these details, all these options I can do or select. Now I am clicking on change property address. Here we can see the edit option only for the details related to the property address. I am entering new address details. House number, old house number, pin code, mobile number, customer number, Mausa number, all these property address details. After updating new details, if I want, I can upload documents related to the address change proof document. I'll select the approver details and I will forward it for the approval. Upon the final approval, the property address details will be affected in the system. Let us now look at the name transfer of the property or change owner of the property. I am clicking on mutation. I am selecting reason for the mutation or changing owner of the property. Drop down list. I am selecting sale details. I am entering sale details, sold property. I am entering date of application, mutation date, name of the sub-register office, document number, document date, mutation fee, receipt number. I can upload any document related to the change owner of the property. I am entering new owner name, mobile number of the new owner, email address, After entering all these details, I am forwarding it for the approval. After final approval, the new owner name of the property will be affected in the system. The system can have built-in checks that the owner name cannot be modified if there is any pending taxes due against that property. Now I will click on Modification. Modification of the property is to modify the details of the property which affect the tax particulars of the property. The details which related to the property. Suppose previously it was vacant land and building has constructed on that vacant land, then property details will change. Or residential property occupancy has changed from owner to tenanted, then property tax will vary. Any other changes, like on the first floor if the second floor is constructed, then using this option we can modify the details of the property. Here I am entering third floor details. Third floor. I'm entering area, usage of third floor, occupancy, tenanted, municipal water available or not, date of assessment, structural factor, age factor, rent, ALV. I have modified the details. I have entered third floor details. Upon the final approval, the system automatically calculates the revised tax based on the rules defined in the system. I am selecting approval details and clicking on forward. The file will be forwarded, and upon final approval the updated demand note is created from the system in the format desired by the municipality. Now here you can see the updated notice. See, in the notice the third floor details also updated. Here in the view DCB screen you can see I have added one more floor, so tax was increased. Here in the total amount also you can see tax was increased. Previously there was 21,000, I have paid 10,000, so it should be 11,000, but it was 13,000, so tax was increased. Now I will click on amalgamation of the property. Here you can see the error message that this property was under workflow. It was in some other workflow, and I will clear that, and again I will click on the amalgamation. Now again I am clicking on amalgamation. Amalgamation of the property means combining the two properties into one property. Suppose if anyone purchased two properties which are beside each other, then owner may want to combine the property because he is the owner of the both the properties. Here in the screen, properties to be amalgamated field, here the user has to enter two properties, other property which he needs to amalgamate. That property unique ID he needs to enter here. Suppose I am entering one unique ID, and user should enter all other details which related to the amalgamated property, and he should select the approver details, and he should send for approver for approving these details. After the final approval, the two properties will be amalgamated. At the end of the amalgamation, one property will be deactivated from the system. The property which I entered in the field, this property will be deactivated. Now I will click on bifurcation. Bifurcation of the property means dividing the property into two or more properties. If the property owner dividing his property and selling it to different owners, then this property should have two different owners from one owner. Then this bifurcation of property option is used. Here in the screen, suppose user is selling the empty land, vacant land, 1000 square meters he has sold, so I deleted 1000 square meters, and I am selecting approval details. After the final approval, the details of the property will be changed, and further 1000 square meters. While creating the property, I have shown bifurcation. The user has to select bifurcation and he should create property for that 1000 square meters. In both the amalgamation and bifurcation cases, the system can have built-in checks so that the property cannot be amalgamated or bifurcated if there are any pending taxes due against the property. Now I am clicking on objection. Objection deals with the scenario when the citizen has an objection on the tax demanded by the municipality. Here I am entering objection details. Objection received date. Objection received by. Objection details. I can upload any document related to the objection. I am selecting approval details. After approving, the approver will validate the details and he will decide to approve or reject based on the details. For suppose if he approves, then the file will be forwarded to the user who initiated the objection of the property tax. In his inbox in the application, modify property details enables. From the initiator, again the workflow starts. Based on the field verification, the user will validate the details with the application and he will decide whether to approve or reject. Now I am clicking on recovery. Recovery process deals with the process of attaching the property of the property owner who has defaulted for long and has not paid the property taxes. This is a screen to enter recovery details. I am entering payment due date, remarks if any. I am selecting approval details. And I am forwarding it. Approver will validate the details and if he approves, then file will be forwarded to the recovery creator to generate notice 155. The recovery process was approved. I am clicking on inbox item to generate notice 155. I am clicking on generate notice 155. This is the notice 155. Here you can see the details of the notice 155. This much user has to pay, property owner. This notice will send to property owner and there will be particular time. If he doesn't pay the property tax, then in the system creator will raise workflow for generate warrant. If approver approves, then warrant will be generated. Here in the system I will show the example warrant. Property tax reports. With this search screen, I can search any notice. See notice 155, notice 127, warrant, mutation certificate, notice 156, 159, notice 134. Now I need to select warrant. I am selecting one example warrant. This is the example warrant. Again this warrant will send to property owner and there will be particular time. If he doesn't pay the property tax, then property will be auctioned and amount settlement will be done and that property will be automatically deactivated from the system. Property tax has rich set of reports like audit trail report, big building recovery statement, daily abstract report, daily collection report, zone wise demand, head wise demand and recovery statement, EGS and EDU cess collection report. For this daily collection report, we can see how much amount collected for each day. We need to select the dates and operator. If we click on generate report, we can see the daily collection report. This is zone wise demand. For each zone how much demand was there. For non-residential property how much demand, for open plot how much demand. For each property type it shows the demand. We can search property using GIS. Search by GIS. Here I am entering zone, ward, area, plot number. Now I'll click on search. Here I can see the property in the GIS. If I click on the property, the details will be shown. See here, property details will be shown. There are so many other features in the GIS, like search property by boundary, search property by demand, search property by property type, search property by defaulters, and all other options. Now I am searching property by defaulter. I am entering zone, ward, area, property type, mixed, amount. Here in the screen I am entering high amount so that I can focus mainly on high property tax due defaulters. I can see those details on GIS. I am clicking on that property. This property tax was 48,595 due. We can view the DCB here, and we can pay the bill directly from here. Property tax system is also accessible on tablets, which allows the bill collector to create new property on the field, modify an existing property on the ground, collect a tax, and issue tax paid receipt. Also, property tax integrated with different e-government modules like employee information system, financials, collections, etc. We hope the presentation gave a fair idea of the capabilities of the system. If you have further queries, please drop in an mail at contact@egovernments.org or visit our website www.egovernments.org for further details. You can view more information on our website. Thank you.